Hi guys, my name's Seb Shooter, I'm the man on the Silver Mountain, and welcome back to Torment Tides of Numenera. Jesus, I'm already dying, I've not even started reading anything yet. Oh, excuse me. Right, so, we're picking up where we left off last time, which I can't really remember what we were doing. We've got the airship. Yeah, the airship thief, where we need to sort out what's going on, settle the debt between Eratis and Master Renio. We might go back to Master Renio and actually have a chat with him and see what's what. And then we need to seek passage to the Valley of Dead Heroes to find some stuff, talk to some folks and whatever else about the resonance chamber. And then we've also got that puzzle still that's upstairs in the Order of Truth, the little like pyramid puzzle thing, which I actually found a picture of in, I think it's the Ninth World Tech Compendium or something like that. I was leafing through the Numenera books the other day, and I found the picture and I was like, does it give me a clue? Does it give me a clue? Didn't give me a clue at all. It was just the picture. It didn't really seem to have much of a specific description attached to it, unfortunately. So yeah, we're kind of on our own with that one still for the time being. But let's go and talk to Master Renio first, because I don't really want to necessarily move on unless we have no other option. So you know, we may as well go and talk to Master Renio and see if maybe we can settle this another way, because I don't think we're going to find another member of the slave families necessarily, but okay, tell the orphans about Ziobe. Approximation of Zio. Oh yeah, she was a Moloxan. An imprisoned pulsar. Ooh. Yeah, so I don't. The Silver Orphans are weird and mysterious, and part of me's just like, oh, Tibir's over here. Okay. But part of me's just like, yeah, I wanna know more about them, but they're, you know, specifically designed to be mysterious and odd, like so many other things in the Ninth World. Remains ground until the thief responsible for stealing my other airship. Let's talk about ways of clearing the debt. Let's be blunt. He can't be held responsible for his actions. I mean, look at him. I pay the debt. Eratis, you owe. Let's try this. Let's put some effort into it.
I'll remember that.
He does so. Eratis is staring suspiciously at a passing mote of dust, and as though it intends to ambush him. You have a point, Renio grunts at last. He crashed my airship minutes after we first met. I can't imagine what would happen if I employed him. He scowls at your companion. Just keep him away from me and my livelihood. I'll be resuming flights to the Valley of Dead Heroes shortly. I need to fly. Excellent timing. My vessel will be departing shortly. Board at your leisure. Okay, that's entertaining. 1 minute. Keep him away from my livelihood. As he's running round in circles. And it's like, no, I could use a lift there. Or, okay, yeah, sure, bring him aboard. That works so well. All here then. Wind is right for us. Let's sail, friends. Okay, and off we go. So, 2 birds, 1 stone. Oh. And away we go. Are those bones? Was that like a huge skeleton? Those look like really... cool. The trip actually restored our stuff. That's cool. Even as he stalks towards you, Clinkar. Even as he stalks towards you, for a moment, it appears as if the man is unaware of your presence. He stops in front of you, rocking ever so gently. He stares right through you, murmuring under his breath, chanting or insane rambling. You draw closer and notice the scars he bears upon his face. Then his gaze matches yours and he suddenly grows silent. He sees you now. His eyes flicker across your face and pause on your tattoo. He bears the tattoo of Inifir and the Dendra father, as in the Dendra Ohur. One of the Castoffs created the Dendra Ohur. Good or bad, we shall have to test him. He bows, his movements stiff and halting. Then, with blinding speed, his hand snakes out and brushes a speck of dust off from your shirt. The hand is gone before you can react. I am Clinkar, and these are my associates. You are in the Valley of Dead Heroes. His jagged smile is rimmed with blood. 2 memorialists have escaped us. You will find them. We need them. Makina, these are the followers of our brother Inifir. I don't know much about them except they believe in blood. Tread carefully. Okay. Why do you want me to find them? Or why do you want to find them? We must open the Endless Gate. Find the missing memorialists. But why must you open the Endless Gate? It is what we are called to do. And who are we to disobey the call when it comes? It is power. Power unending. There'll be 3 fresh corpses here in a moment if you don't clear the path. Yeah, we'll go whole hog. There you go. Get out of the damn way. He opens his mouth to speak, and his gaze lingers again on your tattoo. He closes his mouth quickly and raises his hands in the air. Stepping backward, he motions to his compatriots that they should do the same. He whispers to the others, he shares our Lord's tattoo, do not harm him. So he's trouble. Motley will deal with him. Please forgive our presumption. We did not intend offense. You bet you didn't. Okay, so they're gone, and now... Oh. Oh, these are the memorialists. Cool. Well, my friend, I have no idea why you're so generous with your time and your life, but your bravery is beyond reproach. I have some small familiarity with the weapons I carry, but I'd rather not try prowess against 3 of them at once, and I vowed to Ronus that I'd keep him safe. I do not know how it is that they left without doing you harm. Is there any chance you might tell me? I gave them a good reason to seek their prey elsewhere. I have some experience with that, my friend. Well done. His companion is a slight nervous man in a hooded robe of blue and white. He bows. I'm sorry you had to face those cultists. We hid, and well, I have a favour to request, because of course you do, because you're an NPC in a video game. Or an RPG, full stop. Those cultists, the children of the Endless Gate, they have overrun the Valley of Dead Heroes. They slaughter the visitors, they hound us, the memorialists, and have brought horror to every corner of this ancient place. Please, you have shown your mettle in dealing with these murderers. I beg of you, please find a way to make them move on. Okay. Thank you, friend. The coming of the children has been a relentless nightmare for us. Wish you luck. Well, hold on. Tell me more about the valley first. It has been a burial ground for the world for at least 1 million years. Yet we have uncovered no bodies in the valley itself. Oh no, despite all the memorials, obelisks and urns around the grounds, or above the ground, sorry, we have not been able to find evidence of a single body. Markers still Markers exist beyond counting. Some are in scripts we cannot understand. Some are in materials we have never seen. But the bodies themselves lie in a great space beneath the ground. Above the ground there is no sign of life, none at all, except what we bring with us. Okay, so tell me about yourself. My name is Ronos Kaisel. Of the Memorialists, I came here from Sagus Cliffs to inter my beloved wife. That was over a decade ago. I remained because I felt a close connection to the place somehow. When I discovered the name of my true self, I knew this world is the afterlife and the graves here are our own. Now I study the world of the living, hoping to bring others to the enlightenment I've reached. Interesting. Tell me about the Memorialists. We're ordinary people, really. People who understand the truth that this world is really the afterlife and that the tombs here are our graves. We maintain the valley so that no name is forgotten, so that everyone can come here and remember their true selves. Once all the tombs have been claimed, we shall see glorious resurgence of humanity. Likewise, if we allow the names to be forgotten, devastation will sweep across the land. Okay, so you've made up your own religion. That's cute. I'm looking for a tomb. I know where it is, says Matkina. It isn't that why you asked me to come along? We need to get to the necropolis up along the cliff face. We'll have to use the minims to get up there, but it's easy enough. Yeah, but this guy lives here. We may as well ask him. This is true. You must be strong or careful, though, or both. The children are vicious and unpredictable. Okay, so these cultists are in the way. What's this?
Fine.
Monies. Okay. Anything else? More for any more? No? Yes? No? No? Okay. No. Right. What's that? Can we get... okay, so we have to go round. That's fine. So we got the big... is that lava? Foul-smelling liquid pours out of these spouts to the rest of the valley far below. Its mist feels cool in the bright sun. Well, that looks like some kind of
Valley
rift.
of Dead Heroes. I like it here. There's absolutely no place we should avoid completely.
Is that subtle enough? We'll have to see. We are full of suspense. Are you trying to hide something from me? No. I just like it here. Who wouldn't? I don't. We didn't tell him to say that. His mind is pushing against ours.
Remember that.
Every inch of this valley is packed with adventure. Interesting people, places to explore, like... he trails off, biting his lip. We should explore all of it. Even the alcoves. I'm not afraid of any of it. Stop shouting at me. But we don't want him to go back to the alcove. We are using clever manipulation. Why are you trying to manipulate me, Eratis? I'm not. Please, I'm not. Help me. What is happening? Let us direct him. No. I don't even know what that word means. I'm fine. Everything is fine. Forget I said anything. Where is this alcove you mentioned? I wasn't talking about any alcove, just alcoves in general. I'm not in the Valley of Dead Heroes. I'm not frightened of them. I'm not. What do you know about the Valley of Dead Heroes? Well, it's full of dead heroes. I think that's somewhere in the name. On second thought, I didn't die here, so maybe the name is wrong. I remember someone sleeping here in an alcove, and then I woke up, and I never saw the alcove again. The end. The hero is talking about our prison again. Whose idea was it to remind him? Yours. Why didn't you stop us? Let's talk another time. Okay, so we've got some kind of rift into hell over here. And then there's another thing over there. Weird, more rifts seemingly over there. Okay, let's just uncover some more of the space, shall we? Well, that thing looks like fun. It's Persia! We should probably tell her that he's given up, because this place doesn't seem safe. But let's take a look at this first. A sliver of darkness hangs before you like the entrance to a cave, or of a cave. Except there is no cave. Only a tear in space. Within the darkness you see the glow of stars, and a cool night breeze wafts past you, carrying the scent of desert flowers and the echoes of sounds you are not hearing around you. If you step through the darkness, you might go anywhere, or maybe nowhere. It could be nothing but a shadow. Examine the darkness more closely. The cool air that sighs through it seems to follow you. The shadow does not change, no matter your perspective. You have the discomforting feeling that your attention on it has drawn its attention to you. That is how it is somehow examining, analysing, and assessing you. That doesn't sound like fun, so I think we'll leave that alone for the moment. What's this? Is this the same? Tear in space hangs before you like a black spot on your retina. Something's different about this tear from the others in the valley. Looking into this one is like looking into an abandoned cave. No breeze or sound or light stir within it, and its edges are slowly disintegrating. Try to determine the nature of the darkness. Well, apparently we can just naturally ace this, so we will. We're smart, apparently. Stat pool spent on effort restored. Okay, fair enough. Well, I don't think we should have spent any anyway, because of... Either way, this looks a lot like the other floating rifts you've seen, but the life force you felt in the others is weak in this one. Well, I didn't step into the others, so we haven't felt that life force yet, so hey. And it hasn't noticed your presence. You can sense that the void within it has no other exit, as if it had lost its mate. You also notice that the disintegrating edges of darkness are blowing away like ash and pollen. You can actually catch the flecks of darkness in your hand, but they dissolve away like black snow almost immediately. When you move closer, however, you accidentally breathe in several of the flecks. You stay very still for a moment, listening to your body, but nothing seems to have changed in you, neither good or bad. Probably the flecks dissipated in your lungs just as quickly. We step into it. Darkness surrounds you. You are whipped by it, as if by the wind. The swirling vortex with no way ahead and no way back. The opening you passed through has vanished into utter blackness. A hail of tiny objects batter you in the dark, thrown by the wind. Rocks or bones or drit, you cannot tell. Then something large and sharp slams into you, and you wrestle with it for a moment before you realise it's a skeleton, though not human. As you try to shrug it off, you feel an object in its hand. You pry it free, the skeleton falls past you, then the wind lofts you towards a bright spot in the darkness, and you tumble back out of the opening you entered, clutching a stolen item. Okay, so maybe they're actually worth stepping into then. Let's have a jump into this one maybe. Walk in. You step into the darkness and it envelops you, then dissolves you into twinkling motes, drifting in a spear of light. The light carries you through a black void, weightless, bodiless, selfless, toward another patch of starry sky. Then suddenly, you are somewhere else. Oh, they're just Blob of 3. Okay, that's an interesting name. Oh, this is where they're the same. Yeah, I thought that it sounded similar, but I was like, okay. Persia, you need to go home. Or not go home, but you recognise this woman from the description that Omodon gave you in Sagus Cliffs. This is Persia, Omodon's lost love. Not lost love. She certainly doesn't appear to be as confused as Omodon made her sound. Instead, she's studying the necropolis with a frustrated expression. Persia, isn't it? A man named Omadon was looking for you. I convinced him to give it up. You what? And you're certain he hasn't followed you anyway? Thank you. You have no idea how much you've helped me. That idiot was so convinced I needed help. Is it so hard to just believe someone's words? That's a good question, actually. Pertinent to a lot of things these days. She turns back to the necropolis. Damnable cultists, she mutters. I need to get back inside, but I can't risk. She catches your eye. Never mind, none of this is your concern. You've done more than enough. Well, if we find a way back inside, I'll come tell you. What does this thing do? No? Does it? Hold on. Let's try clicking. There we go. Large upside-down pyramid floats before you, lit from below by a soft white light. It is made of weathered stone, but you can see lights and hear a faint buzzing through the cracks in the crumbling facade. You study it from every side. There's no inscription on, to explain why it was erected or by whom, nor is there any obvious way to interact with it. You do notice that the light from inside the cracks seems to follow your hand as you slide it across. So perhaps it is reacting to you after all. Well, let's try and figure it out, because we're a smart cookie. There you go. You slide your hands across the pyramid, following not the cracks, but the symbols and etchings on its surface. After a great deal of experimentation... Oh, it restored some of my might. That's nice of it. And not a small amount of luck, you discover a specific pattern which causes the light to grow in intensity. As it does, a soft warmth envelops you, refreshing your body and mind. As you feel better, however, the pyramid seems to grow more dim. You stop, not wanting to waste the pyramid's obvious healing powers just yet. Should be saved for a time when you really need it. Okay, so we've got a big healing pyramid there for if we need it later on. So that's cool. Right, let's head down this way, considering we're up here to begin with. Is there anything down here? Who are you? You skinny fella. Or woman. This androgynous woman projects, God damn it, Seb, an air of fearsome will. Her muscles are thin and wiry and her body screams of sharp edges. She seems like a human stiletto. Her head is shaved and bears a tattoo of a Castoff on her skull. Never seen you before, she says. I'm Berakale Brunner. She starts scanning the cliffside. How long... you've been awake since he moved out. Of your body, I mean. He's got that innocent idiot look. Changing gods already left him. He's not joining Paj. Berakale. Beresale? Not if I have anything to do with it. Not particularly interested in recruiting anyone, Matt Keener. Not my mission. You still mad about Colm? Still carrying that grudge? All the people she fought so hard to save, they're already dead. Natural causes. But you don't carry a grudge for natural causes. I'm starting to remember why I left Mielavest. Starting to remember why we encouraged you to leave. Anyway, was on my way to Mielavest with a message for Paj Reckon. But the portals are blocked. The cowards heard someone say the Sorrow's hunting again, so they locked the doors behind them. Paj will get her message later. I need to return to the endless battle. Tell me about Paj Reckon. Oh, right, you're new. Paj is commander of the 1st Militia. Took up the mantle, keeping our cursed sire's forces contained. Smart woman. Tough. Why would you fight the changing god? He's going to kill us all if he gets the chance. He wants to erase us, thinks that that's the way to stop the sorrow. We're not his children to him, more like broken clones, byproducts. He'd never sacrifice himself, but that's because he's the only real person in his world. I thought the first was dead. She is. Paj kept the name in the first's honour. She doesn't care for the glory. Besides, our creator's carked. Fighting him's the best bet. Using the first name reminds everyone why we fight. What's the message you have for her? Maybe I could deliver it. Endless battle intelligence, not for you. Okay then. Tell me about the endless battle. If it's endless, why keep fighting? Makes us stronger, faster, deadlier. More of what we are. Strips away the dross of life and makes experience shine. Peacetime life is dull and worthless. Like watching life go past through a veil. War clarifies life, makes us better. Endless is a good thing if you keep that in mind. What can you tell me about Mielavast? Stares at you flatly for a moment. You feel a tickling in the back of your mind and she shrugs. See for yourself if you can get in. They've locked themselves away. Think they're going to find answers while they're tucked away from the world. Place has its uses, true, but it's mostly a bolt hole from the world. Death comes for us all. Mielavast is just a place to prolong the waiting. How are you going to get back to the endless battle? I was looking at the pass to Colne Village, but it collapsed. Doesn't seem to be any way over these mountains either. No matter, I'll find a different way, sooner rather than later, I think. What's cowardly about keeping the sorrow out of Mielavast? Hasn't found them there for hundreds of years, but now they say it's time to close the doors like it's going to traipse in. Been telling them that if the sorrow tries hard enough, it'll get in. Can't stop that kind of power. On that, we agree. Mielavast is a false hope. Always were smart about that. Pity you're not so reasonable on the rest. Okay, bye-bye. No, you won't. I'm done looking for a way over these twice damn mountains. Gonna find a different way out of this valley. Been real good talking to you, though. Okay, bye. And with that, she strides off. Okay, so we got a little bit of information out of her. You know, there's that. Ooh. Denovan Russ. Why does that name ring a bell?
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go talk to them. Hey, friends. Man looks up at you momentarily before looking away into the distance at nothing in particular. He takes a drag on his smoke. His presence strikes you as odd, as if something about him were trying to inspire dread in you. What's your name? Denovan Russ. He flickers a gaze at you and then stares off into the distance again. What are you doing here? Trying to get home. You see that woman? That's Thalana. You've got questions? He points. Yeah. What can you tell me about the valley? Nothing, just dust and memories. Well, you were a great conversation. I'm so glad we talked to you. Thank you for your time. What's that? Smells faintly of herbs and ozone. Landscape is closed off. Okay, fine. So you're the person I need to talk to. Alright. Oh, we'll talk to you. You see a slender woman covered in worn brown robes, leaning over the fire, cowl pulled low over her head. Her skin is a dark bronze colour. Here to interrogate me? She pulls back her cowl enough for you to see that her long hair is more silver than brown, and the years of life on the road are apparent in her face. She looks weary and exhausted, except for her eyes, which burn like golden fire. I'm Thalana Markareth. What do you... Her eyes are light on your tattoo, and she hisses. Skist, you bastards are all over the place here. Look, I can't tell you anything, alright? We're done with fighting. Let him drag us back. We'll take off again. We're not going back to that hell. What are you talking about? You're a Castoff, so either you're here to drag us back or kill us. She turns to her side and pauses, as if listening to the words that you cannot hear. Then she responds, No, I suppose you're right. Still, he's a Castoff. Who are you talking to? I love the fact that I now sound like a toddler. My men. Zad reminded me not all Castoffs are endless battle, but Timpo wants me to be careful with you. She holds up a finger. People have said they're not there because they can't. They're not there because they can't see them, but they can see you. So let's not have that conversation. So are you here to kill us? Tell on us? They say that most of my crew, not. They say that of most of my. What? I don't know. I have no part in the endless battle, but answer some questions for me. Alright, good, sure. We'll answer anything we can. Okay, so what are you doing here? Camping, trying to figure out our next steps. Came through Colm with reluctance and decided it wasn't the best place to plan. Thought we'd get a clear perspective down here. Instead, there's some sort of cult war going on. We've got to leave sooner rather than later. Hold on, you came through Colm? What was it like there? Haven't been back for centuries, not since Tash. I couldn't bear the thought of it. It's just ruins mostly, cursed ground. People tell stories of some kind of genocide hundreds of years ago, but who knows if that's true. We didn't want to go through there, but we did. She nods brusquely. Okay. I only see Denovan and Luca here. Where are Timpo and Zad? If you can't see them, it's no fault of mine. Frankly, they're lucky they don't have to talk to you. Well, you're a bitch. This poor woman sees nothing. None but her exist in these other realities. She is suffering from shock and guilt. Okay, so what can you tell me about the endless battle? War is hell. Oh no, it's too much horror. You want to know about the endless battle? Talk to my crew. Hear it from those who ran, why they ran. Then maybe I'll tell you what I think. Okay. Looks like you've been here resting a while. Is it safe? It's safe for us. For you, we can make it safe for you. It'll cost you, though. 100 shins. I don't need it right now, but let's talk to Luca, considering Denovan really didn't seem to give two shits. Greetings. Okay, man is busy regarding a strange device, elegant square of some kind of metal. Odd letters and images flash by on a reflective screen embedded in the square. When you draw near, you notice the device is plugged into his arm with a long silver wire, and one of the man's eyes is mechanical. Okay. Sometimes I read in the older tongue. I uncover great knowledge this way. For instance, his metal eye stutters and clicks. Tiny voice emerges from the pad. The formal education of the young begins in utero, with nervous system uptake inhibitors and microwave transmissions that develop fetal brain. Or the fetal brain. To the developing fetal brain. God damn it. He clicks it off. You see, I do not know the species of which this refers, but I begin to know of them. At any rate, what can I do for you? I would very much like to examine you with with your permission. Perhaps we can speak of what you have learned. I would enjoy the opportunity to share my knowledge with someone who can understand my words. Perhaps we can begin to speak of what I have just read. Of a certainty, she murmurs, stepping close to examine the man. They speak in low voices to each other as she runs her hands across his prosthesis. Prostheses? At last she smiles, sorry. I really can't read today. Thanks him for his time and backs away. Fascinating, she says. His realities have been smashed together. It is not merely his mechanical brain that makes him distant and emotionless, but it is the juxtaposition of multiple words. His singular humanity is broken. Speak to him yourself and judge his effect yourself. Okay, so tell me about yourself. I have spoken my name already. A knowledge of my character is thus more important. I was a soldier. I travel with my friends. I and my friends travel to our home, or at least this is our plan. I admit to concern for my friends. They seem trapped in the past, paralysed. They are not as they were when we set out. Nor, to be fair, am I. Okay. What do you mean when you say your friends are different? They were full of hope once. We and a dozen others set out from our home, an aldea west of Sagus Cliffs, to find fortune in the endless battle. We joined a recruiter in Sagus Cliffs and enlisted in the army of the Changing God. We thought we were prepared. We were not. We were in trenches. We fought with bolt throwers, energy weapons, and detonations. That first day saw half of our friends obliterated by a rogue particle wave that emanated from our side of the battlefield. And then we woke again in a new reality, our memories in the old world intact, but our bodies whole except for Timpo, who was half dissolved in this new reality. So it went, incremental gains as a whole, with certain consequences carrying into new lives. Sometimes they would undo all our day's heroism for an unseen advantage. Other times we'd lose a friend forever. One day I was caught half out of a trench. The air exploded above us and I burned. New reality did not restore me. I spent some weeks under the care of chirurgeons. Then I awoke. I was as you saw me, and our other friends had been killed. Thalana and Denovan reacted very differently to me. They say I too have changed. I don't know. I know that I no longer fear. I do not remember much of emotion. I recall the fear and horror, but I do not recall its taste. And when I spoke to them, they agreed that it was time for us to leave before we became these forgotten names lost in the flux of worlds. Timpo, Zad, Bracieth, Raskieth? Okay. So many names all gone. Thalana says you're deserters. Yes, we have left our post, but I do not believe we have deserted. I believe we have become aware. If the battle is endless, then our struggle means nothing. If our struggle means nothing, why should we continue the struggle? Money and glory were our reasons. I don't remember being so foolish. You could just as well be talking about life. If life has no meaning, why continue to struggle? Perhaps the struggle is not for life itself, but to find life's meaning, or perhaps it's biological imperative. Chemistry and instinct are powerful motivation. It doesn't matter, though. We will not be going back. Fair enough. What can you tell me about the valley? It is a dry place. I tasted the water that bubbled up nearby. It was alkaline and induced strange visions. My new metabolism protected me from the worst of it. Had my friends tasted it, they might have died. We have found no bodies nor anything of value. All is quiet. This is a waypoint, not the destination. Okay. Should we try talking to you again? Thalana said you're deserters from the endless battle. No. Okay, he's PTSD levels of crazy. See itself. Okay. I'm sure we'll get there eventually if it's, an option. I've talked to Luca and tried to talk to Donovan about the endless battle. Good enough. They were normal people once. Ordinary, thrill-seeking kids. Look at them now. Most wars, she starts. A group of people march in with their artifacts, gravity, light pulse, time benders, and march back out. Endless battle is like that, but going on for centuries. Think of what it does to the landscape. Think of what it does to the psychic terrain. Think of what it does to your friends. And when you're vermin to the people who run the war, when you got no hope to survive and you can feel realities collapsing around you, when you see wormholes open up and monsters walk through, when the air is toxic and the ground melts, and you feel your mind assaulted, but it's not personal, it's not someone who wants your destruction in particular, you're just inconvenient to them. Your death is another number, a way to measure their success. It's hell, a business like hell.
My studies have borne fruit.
And you did it. Castoffs. You could stop if you wanted, but you don't. Or maybe you just don't care. I mean, when you've made statistics of your enemies, faceless foes whose existence you can erase without qualms, you are not just hurting them, you're hurting yourself. The way you see the world. Soon everything is conflict and pain. All that matters is your success. And you've killed yourself, and you don't even know it. It's ruining everything, everyone it touches. Okay, thanks, bye!
Fine.
So that looks like fun. Let's go press other buttons, shall we?
In an instant.
Talk to the fat dude. So, hop down. Hop back down through here. How long have we been going so far? We've got about 10 minutes left. We can come up here. So there's another one up there, another portal up there. So we've got glowing liquid seeps through the cracks. Symbol is painted everywhere, so much so the air is thick, coppery scent of blood, both dry and fresh. See, now that's cool. I like the cat sculpture. Oh, there's another person who's like Calastige. Ooh, we'll talk to him next. Let's talk to the fat man, because we saw a blob of 3, like, from down here, so... This corpulent mass is almost too large, but slowly you realise that it's 3 beings somehow melted together into one. A fleshy jumble of 3 faces on a single head protruding from a shapeless mass of a torso. 2 of the faces track your approach, whilst the third mutters under its breath. When it speaks, the 3 voices blend into one buzzing, angry harmony. Oh, excuse me. Didn't sleep very well last night. Tell us, who are you? Tell us what you want. Tell us, do you also seek the mask? Did you climb the leaning obelisk here in the valley, held aloft by Saint Proverbius? Third face begins cursing and drooling. Slimy Jolien, wizened. Hate them. Cold and red. P-p. It trails off as if dazed, and then resumes. Looks in another direction entirely. Ill. So ill. All 3 of their thoughts assault you at once. Impossible to distinguish one from another, and if there's any useful information coming from their minds, it's lost in the cacophony. What are you? An astute question. We are 3, a glaive, a jack, a nano, missing but 1. We require a 4th. We seek knowledge here in the valley. We pursue the wisdom of the ancients in this fallen age. We assess, we judge, but humanity is on the decline. It is only through purity and adherence to the old ways that we achieve enlightenment. Well, if you're looking for someone with wisdom, look elsewhere. We scoff in the face of wiseness. We laugh at danger. We lost the train of thought. No matter. You have an aura of a hero and the mind of a simpleton. Can your lineage truly be so sullied? When you say you need a 4th, what do you mean? A 4th to join us, to complete us, to square our circle. Someone... Well, no, you'd be a triangle because there are 3 of you if you're talking about each one being us. Anyway, someone to sing to us, to unite us. Suggest someone. I'd normally volunteer for anything, but I think I'd rather not. Rather not become a blob with them. If that's alright with you. Eratis. Shut up. Brave, strong, like us, but unwilling. Name another. What if you
My
saw a
studies
minstrel
have
or a
borne
bard?
fruit.
Yes, his voice would soothe, his words, his leadership, history, could understand lore, markings in the valley. Need one who is similar to us, who knows songs of power. There are none like us, none. We are pure fascists. How did you come to be this way? We climbed the leaning obelisk to seek the Mask of Prosper. Everyone should climb the obelisk. We entered the portal. We emerged on the other side as you see us. A maze surrounded us, over which the painful shadow of a deity was cast. It was a labyrinth of straight corridors and right angles, full of traps, puzzles, and monsters. At last we emerged, and now dream of the way to return to optimize our experience. Tell me about this mask. The Mask of Prosper, the true sight. The treasure from the knowledgeable, or for the knowledgeable, a useless scrap for those who will not see. We know its truths and its secrets are ours, not for the weak, not for the stupid. What can you tell me about the area? Place of ancient knowledge. A place to rest, recover, think, discuss. The memorialists have helped to locate and understand, but they are being supplanted by the new. Hate new. The new leave us alone. They fear the blob of three. As should all. We are prestigious. Okay. Do you want me to undo what has happened to you, or put you out of your misery? No, we are happy this way. Happy. This form is perfect, like the forms of the ancients. Need only fourth to complete, but where? You are fools, you have lost the way. Okay, fair enough. Thanks for talking, and thank you very much for joining me today, guys. I hope you found the stuff that we've started looking into interesting, because I am. But otherwise, thank you very much for watching, guys. I'll see you in the video tomorrow. Take care.